Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Alright, I'll make sure I get this set up. Alright. This is Naaman with the DC camp. First and foremost, call hello Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kawadash. Double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth, trying to make up the remaining, hopefully, elect. Once again, I like to stress, time is growing short. And this video is going to hopefully highlight that fact. Alright, as you can see, this young lady here, Naya Sim, I watch her videos. She makes good videos, good topics. And this particular one, because of what happened, that incident that everybody sees through, that happened October 7th over there, come to find out, you know what? Let me pause and let me find this video because it's very important. I just remembered. Okay. Salaki for that. I found it so we can have that set up for when the time comes. But let's go ahead and play this, and she's going to play this for you. Very interesting.
Hey sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support.
I love her accent, by the way.
Sweet. So today we're talking something very important, and it's about AIPAC, what they are doing right now. Like, I made some videos already how they are working so hard to remove the squad, the black people and the people of color in Congress, right? As it stands.
Just real quick, what she's saying here is AIPAC, all right? Let's go on to that because you just might have some people that do not know what this lobby group, is about, all right? And this is AIPAC, is a bipartisan pro-Israel political action committee that works to strengthen the U.S.-Israel relationship and encourage, hold on, all right, I said accept, damn. The hell? Okay. Let's see. We are more than 3 million pro-Israel Americans from every congressional district who are working to strengthen bipartisan support for the U.S.-Israel relationship. All right. We encourage the U.S. government to enact specific policies that create a strong, enduring, and mutually beneficial relationship with our ally Israel. Really. We stand with those who stand with Israel. The AIPAC is a bipartisan pro-Israelite political action committee. It is the largest pro-Israel PAC in America and contributed more resources directly to candidates than any other PAC. 98% of AIPAC-backed candidates won their general election races in 2022. It's a whole lot of power from an outside entity, or are they? Good question. Keep that in mind. All right, let's continue to play this.
Already, they made a video especially to talk about them and to let people know that if you are not for AIPAC or if you are anti-Israel, that you are going down the drain. So this is not something they are hiding already, because this video was very precise about their plans. And to my greatest surprise, I see a lot of people saying thanks to AIPAC for what they gave. You all know that they have the money. I know they came with the money. I know they are giving out a lot of money. And if you do not, either you accept or you do not accept, and then you are leaving. So I do not see how this is happening under United States. Now I am asking, does it mean that, US is now being run by AIPAC? Because for somebody to have this power, this whole power, to come into Congress and determine who stays and who leaves. And as it stands, the black people and every other people are they will get rid of them. Let's just get into this video.
Hey family, I want to show you a video. And when you're done, please jump in my comment section and tell me your thoughts. But don't stop there. Go over to their page and take a look at exactly who they support. And then, if you have some time on your hands, count how many they support. And then drop that number right in the comment section. Because I know I did. I counted. And family, remember something.
All this family bullshit is just
And there's
irritating.
as long as we remain united. I love
Not in that bullshit.
you.
Party of Congress is pro-Israel, but a new threat is on the rise. Small in numbers, but loud in reach, anti-Israel members of Congress are trying to destroy our partnership with Israel.
Israel has violated basic human rights.
We must condition aid to Israel and end the apartheid.
They are willing to tank their own party's agenda to block funding for Iron Dome, and they're not done. They're running anti-Israel candidates across the country, trying to grow their squad. And so, we must grow stronger. AIPAC has launched a new political strategy that requires a dramatic increase in resources to be successful. We support pro-Israel candidates for Congress and defeat anti-Israel candidates. And so far, our strategy is working. In this election cycle, AIPAC members have changed the course of campaigns. We have given pro-Israel candidates the resources they need to win.
As you're seeing this, bear in mind, this is something we've always said and I've always tried to stress. This is about white supremacy at its core. These wicked pieces of shit. Like I said at camp yesterday, all right? This has been going on since 1492. They just got more slick and became more polished as to how they carried it out. But again, at its core, it's just white supremacy. Here they are stressing, well, Israel, Israel, you are the state of Israel. You are not the nation of Israel. Two totally different things. A criminal organization, all right, that took on the identity of the Most High's people to commit criminal acts. And anytime anybody gets onto you, you claim anti-Semitism. It really is, no, I'm not going to even go there, but it's just wicked, like the scripture says. Knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. Let's get that real quick. And these idiots, especially these Christians, all right, especially these Christians, again, you're looking at white, so-called, you're talking about Edomite / so-called white supremacy. That's what it is. All right, now maybe it'll come back to me. But in any case, man, oh, you Christians, oh, they used you like, wow, because of your arrogance, your greed. You were easy prey. So-called white Americans, so proud in this stolen land, how you've got it like you've gotten everything, all right? through the sword. All right, rape, robbery, and murder, like we always say, because it's true. And then you have the audacity to claim that, all right, well, you are doing it for your God. I was going to say something else, but yeah, but, or you have, well, some of you are coming around to the fact that you have really fucked up. I gotta say that. Yeah, you got your long faces now because you find out that this America was not blessed. America was cursed. All right, and it's becoming more and more evident to more and more people. All right, yeah, this is Babylon the Great. All right, and ultimately, Revelation 17 and 18 is going to come to pass. All right, because people are finding out the dirt that you did behind the scenes, even to your so-called friends. You know, that's Obadiah, was it verse 8? Hold on. You know, your pride, you're just wicked, untrustworthy. I believe it's verse 8, but this is Edom. This is who you are. Will be humble. All right, and this is a guarantee, as the late comedian / chef Justin Wilson used to say. I guarantee, with that Cajun accent, which I do not have. All right, let's see. This verse 7. I stand corrected. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. See, all these nations, especially with the BRICS, they tired of this America, Israel. It's like Israel's got their hand up, the puppet being America. All because, again, it comes down to Edomite / so-called white supremacy. I say so-called, you keep saying, well, why'd you say? Because nobody's white. All right, we got to get out of that. Therefore, nobody's black. You're so caught up on being black, all right, you don't even know what nationality you are. There's no race of black. All right, again, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. And it even says in Isaiah 14 chapter, talking about you too, all right, about the, well, let me get it. Well, Esau is through. I mean, these prophecies, oh my goodness. Israel's remnant taunts Babylon. Are we not? Are we not? Out there on the highways and byways. It says, in that it shall, I'll come back to 1 and 2 later on, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Most High Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from thy hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Most High hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. And we're out there on the corners telling his asshole to his face. Now they're resorting to, more underhanded tactics as far as these videos and stuff. They're shadow banning, playing with the people's numbers as far as views are concerned. A little childish, faggoty shit. Hey, I said it. Whatever. All right. But it's not working. Again, because of your pride and arrogance. And again, this is the Most High's show after all. But all those years, you just fan all them niggers thing or whatever. And it's like, well, now it's, like little old throw a match in the woods. Well, what's likely to happen? It's a little thing. It'll go out. Next thing you know, on the evening news when you get home, oh shit. It's gotten so huge now. It's like, well, what can you do? All right, it's too late. Let's see. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. All right, so let's go back to the video.
We launched a super PAC, taking the political fight to those who work to undermine the U.S.-Israel relationship.
That's local. That's here. Donna Edwards.
Because
They got her out of there.
more pro-Israel candidates won. More anti-Israel candidates lost.
I want to thank AIPAC in particular.
Thank you, AIPAC. Thanks for AIPAC for everything that you continue to do.
In an uncertain world, we understand what is at stake. Together, we are ensuring the U.S.-Israel relationship remains strong. Together, we are working to keep Congress pro-Israel. But our fight is not over. And our work has just begun.
Real quick, you got to ask yourself, how are they allowed to acquire this much power? See, this is what the focus should have been. You want to investigate somebody, they always talking about Russiagate and all this shit. They should have been, but like someone said, that's too much like right. You see the game they play here? All this money. It's amazing. Well, maybe not. But see, our people keep asking for things that, yeah, we rightly deserve. But are we going to get it? No. So here's where all your money is going. To these so-called Jews in Ukraine who are taking it and you know how they launder it, and they're getting all these mega million-dollar homes and buying mega million-dollar yachts, and you got people laying here on the streets, veterans and the like. Especially Jake, you just so used to telling Jake, well, fuck you, and because you know Jake doesn't have the power, all right, to fight it. But you've been telling your own citizens, say, you know what, to hell with you. It's so bad here, and especially in Chicago. I can't speak for this, the only one I've heard. I can't speak for more of the, or speak on rather, the other sanctuary cities, but motherfuckers and migrants, immigrants, and Chicago are like, you know, we'd rather just go back home. All right. Wow. But for the people that have bled and died in your wars and all the other bullshit you put, you say we're citizens, but, you know, that's been up for debate for the longest time. At least on the books, you know, we experienced, nah, we've never been, But in any case, yeah, they telling you, here's your money, and you want your reparations, here it is. You're not going to get it. Like I said at camp yesterday, Florida is enacting, or trying to get legislation that's going to say, hell no, we ain't paying the descendants of slaves shit. Nada, nothing. Because they see what California is trying to do, at least in discussion anyway. All right. So here it is, you got a people that are pretending to be us. And let's go to, let me see if I remember. Oh, let's see. The wicked do prosper. Like I said, they've gotten rich beyond measure, pretending to be us, and they still hustle the people. I just saw another program they have running on TV. What did I do with it? Let's see. They're playing this game again, like the International Fellowship Christians and Jews. They're playing that same game, but this is another one. Look at here, this Holocaust survivor. You know, and pulling at the suckers, heartstrings. And it keeps working because you people are stupid. All right, this is Job 21. And let me see where I want to start. Remember the title here, the heading, the wicked do prosper. And that's what they are. All right, it says, I start at the top. It says, but Job answered and said, it says, hear diligently my speech and let this be your consolations. Suffer me that I may speak, and after that I have spoken, mock on. As for me, is my complaint to man. And if it were so, why should my spirit be troubled? Mark me and be astonished, and lay your hand upon your mouth. Even when I remember, I am afraid, and trembling taketh hold on my flesh. Wherefore do the wicked live, become old, yea, almighty in power? Their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of the Most High upon them. Why? Because the Most High is long-suffering. He's allowing them to have this, hey, they're caught up in, the life, not realizing that's going to be cut short very soon here. Think Ecclesiastes 8 and 11 and Sirach 5, 4 through 7. All right? Don't worry. It's going to come to a screeching halt. Their bull gendereth and faileth not. Their cow calveth and casteth not her calf. Hold on, I think I made an error. Hold on. I want to correct it now while it's on my mind. Let's see. All right. Yeah, I was right. Okay. Just want to be sure. All right. Their bull gendereth and faileth not. Their cow calveth and casteth not her calf. Now here's the point. It says, they send forth their little ones like a flock, and their children dance. They take the timbrel and harp and rejoice at the sound of the organ. They spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave. All right. Therefore they say unto the Most High, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. These people are Talmudists. They are Talmudists. They're supposed to be the people, the chosen, the people of the Most High. And they mess the scriptures all up. They are Talmudist people. And a lot of people, I suggest you get into reading that, even though it might be repulsive, but this is where you're going to get them. All right? Why are you talking about the Lord is in hell being boiled in semen and all this other wild stuff? It's permitted to cohabitate with a female that's over 3 years and 1 day old. Get the fuck out of here. A boy, 9 years? These people are... They are contrary to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father. You have to know that. Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. It says, therefore they say unto the Most High, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. And this is them. What is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what profit should we have if we pray unto him? Think Wisdom of Solomon 2. This is that, like I say, they are contraries, people. Continuing on.
Y'all hear about this? Did y'all hear about this? Did y'all hear about this? How every single congressman except for one, and it was a Republican that actually voted against it. But let's look at this resolution, and yeah, look at all these so-called progressives that voted on this, that voted yes. AOC. Let's look at this. Let's look at it. Let's look at what House Resolution 888, should be 666, is. Claims that anti-Zionism is equivalent to anti-Semitism. Claims broadly that all Jewish people, regardless of nationality, are indigenous to the land of Palestine. Claims that the European genocide of Jewish people in the Holocaust provided new urgency to establish a settler colony and dispossess the people of Palestine.
How many scriptures just contradict this? Wait a minute. It tells you in Isaiah. Let's get that real quick. Because they're saying, oh no, well, wait a minute. I thought this was all supposed to be straightened out in 48. You see how many holes are in this bullshit ass? My goodness. And these, what about you people that go to these Bible college schools and theological whatever bullshit, pay all this money, and you are stupid. These people have been running game for centuries. Talking about the Jews. You know they never say we're Israelites. In case you haven't figured that out yet. They played, oh man, the mountain of the Lord. This is Isaiah 2:1. Let's start at the top. The word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. All right, that's both houses. And it should come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Most High Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. So this is going to be the government over all the governments. All right, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it. That's not happening. And many people shall go and say, come ye and let us go up to the mountain of the Most High Yahweh, to the house of the God of Jacob. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Most High Yahweh from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Is that happening? Did I miss something? Wow, we can go to Micah? Let's go there, you say. Well, okay. I mean, like I say, they will deceive the whole world. And that is exactly what they have done. The mountain of the Lord, here we go. But in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house, the Most High house, shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow into it. And many nations shall come and say, come, let us go up to the mountain of the Most High Yahweh, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths, for the law shall go forth out of Zion, and the word of the Most High Yahweh from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among many people, and rebuke strong nations afar off, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Speaking of which, has Revelation 19 come to pass? All right. Has, let's see, is that Isaiah? Hold on. I'll come back to this. Let me get the blue letter. All right. Let's see. No, what the hell am I talking about? Hold on. Let's see. All right. Whoops. All right. This is 1 Corinthians 15:24. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom of the Most High, of Yahushua, even the Father, Yahweh, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. Has that happened? No. So we have a bunch of frauds, as it says in Zechariah 9:6. Continue.
Resolves to support the Zionist entity's right to exist. Rejects calls for the establishment of Palestinian sovereignty over the land. And condemns the Palestinian resistance. The American Congress just passed this.
Let's take a look real quick. Oh boy. Like someone said, there's a sucker born every day. It was attributed to, I think, Barnum and Bailey, but someone said it was a preacher somewhere. I don't know. Let's see. House lawmakers promote resolution reaffirming Israel's right to exist. All right. There's another. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Resolution 888, like she said. It might as well be Resolution 666. Let's see. Dang it. Because it gives you a breakdown of everyone. That's the one I was looking for. Is this it? Yep. Here we go. Reaffirming the state of Israel's right to exist. And this is how it was voted. And it gives you Alabama, breaks it down. Yay, 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 all the way down. One Democrat, all Republicans, yay. Let's see, yay, yay, Arizona, Alaska, Arkansas, everybody. California, you got 1, 2, Pelosi, Barbara Lee, say no. Swalwell, Eric, no. Another one, Kevin McCarthy, no. Michelle Steele, no. Colorado, you got one that dissented. Ken Buck, Connecticut, everybody. Delaware, you only got one. Florida, 1, 2, 2. Matt Gaetz, and he's been in the news lately a lot. Bill Posey. Georgia, 1, 2. Scott Austin and Earl Carter. All right, you get the point. I'm not going to go through all these just to give you an idea. All these motherfuckers voted yes. Well, actually, those were no votes. I'm sorry. The only no, she said, like she said, was Thomas Massey. Salaki, I misread that. But Thomas Massey, nay. So, yeah, you got some no votes, but, you know, man, all these motherfuckers are in bed. Look at this. And the least of them least of the flock shall draw them out. Remember that. Remember that. Good Lord. That's crazy. While everybody was busy doing what? This was Wednesday, people. This was Wednesday. Wednesday passed. While everybody was busy. Focusing on what? Like we always tell you. This is how they get you, and this is when they get you. When you're focused on what? Bullshit. You got the football games going on. You got your hockey. You got your basketball. All this other bullshit. We're going to pass this bill, reaffirming, yeah, and if you're against the right for Israel to exist, then you're anti-Sam. Here we go with that shit again. See, you always wondered in those movies that you watched growing up how people could just be so easily misled. And you're looking at TV, no, that'll never happen to me. No. Well, guess what? A lot of you are those zombies that you screamed at the TV about. All right, let's see what else here. There was something else. Yeah. This interview. Here we go. This is from Redacted.
The Israeli government has one official narrative of what happened on October 7th. Of course, the slaughter of 1,400 innocent Israelis at the hands of Hamas. But now, startling new testimony is starting to emerge that may change what we understand about that day. This could trouble a lot of people. Dan Cohen is the founder of Uncaptured Media, a filmmaker, the documentary Killing Gaza, with some of these new startling revelations. Dan, welcome back to the show.
Hey, great to be with you, Clayton.
So what testimony has started to emerge from Israelis that could shed new light on what happened that day?
Well, in the days after the events of October 7th, an interview with a survivor of the kibbutz Be'eri, the Israeli kibbutz Be'eri, where many people died, gave an interview in Israeli media, and she said she was very clear that and repeated in her interview that Israeli hostages were killed by Israeli gunfire, perhaps in a firefight between the Hamas fighters and Israeli military, but that it was Israeli military bullets that actually killed them.
בגינה של האנשים מהקיבוץ שיש 5 בני ערובה ששוכבים או 6 על האדמה בחוץ, ממש כצאן לטבח מול הירי של הימ"מ שלנו והמחבלים.
הטרוריסטים ירו בהם?
לא, הם נהרגו מהחילופי ירי, תבין שהיה חילופי ירי מאוד מאוד קשים.
זאת אומרת, יכול להיות שזה כוחותינו ירו בהם?
חד
כשניסו
משמעית.
לפסל את החוטפים, את
החמאס? הם חיסלו את כולם, כולל הבני ערובה, כי היה שם חילופי ירי מאוד מאוד קשים. אני משוחררת בסביבות השעה 5:30, ב8:30 כנראה מסתיימת הלחימה, אחרי שהיה חילופי אש מטורפים, אפילו 2 פקדים של טנק שירו לתוך הבית, זה בית קיבוצי קטן, זה לא איזה, רואים את זה בחדשות.
כן.
זה לא מקום גדול. וברגע הזה כולם נהרגו, היה שקט חוץ מצולה אחת שיצאת הדס דגן, וזהו, וגם.
איך כולם נהרגו?
מהחילופי אש.
מהחילופי אש, כלומר יכול להיות שגם זה מאש כוחותינו?
חד משמעית.
כן?
ככה אני מאמינה.
אוי, זה נשמע כל כך רע.
כן, וכולם מתו.
So that interview was actually censored by the Israeli government.
Of course.
In order to prevent it from getting to the Israeli public, which had basically been through this shock and awe propaganda campaign to convince them that everything that just happened on October 7th was purely a Hamas terrorist attack, that Hamas is worse than ISIS, and so there can be no negotiation, and the only answer is to obliterate Gaza, and whatever happened in those horrible scenes on that horrible day of October 7th is purely the fault of Hamas and has nothing to do with Israeli military tactics or strategy or decisions that were made either on the fly that day. Now there has been another article that came out in the Israeli liberal magazine Haaretz, in which it cites an Israeli military figure who was there. There is one who was in a bunker near Gaza, who was trying to call in airstrikes on this kibbutz, of course, which would have killed everybody. That did not happen. However, what did happen is another Israeli commander who was on the scene actually ordered his men, his soldiers, to open fire on everyone in these houses. So the Hamas.
Oh boy, what do we tell you always about this devil willing to sacrifice his own to achieve his ultimate agenda? That's one of the 4 things when he talked about his tactics as far as spreading ultimate confusion. That's number 4. He will, or actually let me rephrase that, you will see a lot more Edomite homeless out here. But he does that, that is for a purpose. Alright? He will sacrifice his own to achieve what he wants to achieve. This included. So they spun it, they lied and said, well, it was Hamas. It was Hamas. And like he just said, they censored the truth. They lied. Alright, and now they got everybody once again feeling sorry for the professional victims. Oh, these Holocaust survivors. But to the world's credit, I will say this. They didn't buy it. So now you're seeing how they're being forced to go, well, we need legislation passed. So you're going to pass legislation here that protects people in another country, but you won't pass legislation here that will prevent, because the FBI statistics just came out and we are still the #1 victims of hate crimes. Now, you might have seen a commercial lately that told you that there's been a huge increase in a number of Jews, but I think it was 388%, some shit like that. But when you see that commercial again, pay close attention to how it's worded. They say religious. They put that in there. All right. We are still by far several times. All right. See, they play these games, and you have to pay attention to every word that comes out of this devil's mouth. All right. We still, when Moab was getting taxed a couple of years ago, they hurried up and passed legislation for that. How many times do they have to do these things in order for Jake? You know, fuck this place. But you still have a lot of our people that still, everything's going to get better. And what they're getting ready to come out with now with another pandemic. All right, these are things that they have to do because it's about population control. They're making that move. All right. Let's see what else is left. I think that's the point, but let's just a little bit more here.
Militants were inside these houses with Israeli hostages under the belief, apparently, that because they have hostages, they'd be able to get back into Gaza, as others had. But the Israeli military, this commander, and we don't know how high up this decision-making goes, decided, no, we're going to kill everyone in here, including with use of tank shells. This is according to this Haaretz article. So, I mean, what actually happened, clearly...
No, if whatever rank that commander was, trust me, he wouldn't have done that on his own. All right. Trust me, they have leeway there. They got the go ahead in that. But again, we all know that ultimately this is about getting those people out of there. To try to get that pipeline built and, of course, natural resources. All right. This has been going on really. They know they want to do this for 60 years now. This goes back to 63. All right, because they do not control that Suez Canal, so therefore they want to do their own, so they can, all right, have, control of that, a new Silk Road, so to speak. Because, you got the BRICS and everybody's breaking away saying, fuck you, America, fuck you, Israel, because Israel's got their hand up, America's, all right, so they're really controlling it. People are tired of it. Great Britain, France, etc., etc., all right, so lines are being drawn here. It's that time, all right. China also came out, they put out a video, doing military exercises. They letting you know, so there, we ain't playing that bullshit, all right. And report came out, the U.S. military said, you know what, we got to think twice about this shit. But in any case, let's see what else he got here.
The Israeli military said, we are not going to negotiate with Hamas at all. And we're going to...
So all this that you hear in the news, well, they let some hostages go. And I've always been in the frame of mind that ultimately they're controlling this shit. ISIS and all that shit is Israeli control. All right, so this is theater. All right. Hey, so, yeah, this is as far as I need to go now. I'll put the whole videos to both of them. The link in the description box, and you can view them for yourself. But for purposes for this video, yeah, point's been made. All right, so, hey, until the next video, again, continue to pray, especially now. Trust me, be circumspect, especially when you're out and about, because people are feeling it. People's nerves are frayed. Be careful who you talk to, how you talk to them. Because like I said, it's like treat everybody like they're strapped. All right. So with that, until the next video, hey, shalom.